Okay, another day in the garden. I'm sitting here right now. I just finished propagating these grapevines. Just taking some cuttings off of one of my grapevines, and now I'm going to just basically water them in. Now the plastic bag that they're sitting on, that's just because I don't have a container underneath where it can hold the water underneath. So we're going to water these down real good so that the soil moves all around underneath the root, well, where the roots will be. So the soil is tight up around the plant. One good watering, that's what I want. And I had success last year doing this. I had a lot of success last year. Almost all of them took. So that's the grapevines. And next to it, you can see I'm still moving my wood chips around. I'm putting them hills next to the trees. I'm trying something different so I can move them around later. But right now, I said it's quicker just to create the piles next to where you need them and then rake them into the position where you need them. Might as well water these. This is what is it called? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Can't think of the name of it. Parsley. That's what it is. So I'm going to try to see if it'll go through the winter. I doubt it, but if it does, that's a great thing. I will always keep parsley growing in my orchard because it's a great plant and it tastes really good as well. I don't know what kind of health benefits it has, but I love it, and I'm going to do all I can to keep it. Grapevines. Look at that. This is me again. It's cold out here a little bit, and see how I got them cut. Now this won't be the permanent fixture that I'm gonna leave it on. This is just temporary. This is just to keep it straight because I'm training everything this time around. See how I let it get away with this one? This is what happens when you don't train them. You lay them on the ground, and now I'm trying to straighten it out, but it's to no avail. And this one here is getting pretty thick. This one here is getting pretty thick. It's pretty thick. This one here, oh, look at that. 4 feet tall. And this is going to be the center or the main trunk, so to speak. The main stem. And once it's going to grow up and up and up, this is going to hang down. So that's what I'm doing here. This one here, it doesn't have a grapevine in it at this point. It's one going to be added to it. But this time, PVC was stuck in the ground. It won't come out. So I said, put a grapevine on it. And over here, this one here has got to be trimmed up. But all of them are at exactly 4 feet. 4 feet, every last one of them. And this one here is going to be extended because I'm going to leave that PVC on there. Yeah. And this one here, that's the oldest one. That's going to be left there. See? 4 feet tall, every last one of them. Grapevines. This one here, I got to find a way to tie this up before it start looking crazy. Because I'm going to do that now. So that I know that it's right. Because see, it keeps falling over. And then once it does that, it'll harden up that way. And it'll stay crooked its entire growth. So I'm going to do that now before I forget. I'm almost nearing the completion of it, but I got quite a bit more to do. Got to get this corner over here real good, because you're going to regret it when spring comes and the summer comes and the weeds start coming through. And over there are my same mustard greens. Let me show you what took place over the weekend. It was a smaller plant, much smaller. Once I put the wood chips around it, look how big it got. And it wasn't like that at first. I'll show you pictures of it when it was smaller, maybe. Look at these big leaves on this mustard green in the dead of winter. Up here, I got these corners. I'm still working on it. The real dark stuff there is what I just put down. I'm gonna keep working. Then my onions and garlic. And this section over here, I'm gonna add wood chips to it. I'm gonna turn this into the same thing I'm standing on. I used leaves last year. This year I'm gonna use wood chips. Now the soil here is only about 4 inches deep. I'll still be able to grow certain crops that don't grow really deep roots. I think this is like a cement underneath of it for some reason. But all my trees are looking great. But one thing I learned about the wood chips is that they won't drop the leaves hardly when you got the wood chips underneath them. This did. The cherry tree there, this cherry tree here, and the one further over. And the grapevines look great. Okay, day's almost over. Let me show you. Those two piles there are going to be moved around with the rake. That's for this area here, garden 3. I call it garden 3 because I have 3 gardens. Excuse me. Just a little humor there. Okay, now over here you see the weeds. That's going to be covered up. Start again. See, all the bushes have a pile of compost, wood chips next to it, because I will spread them out later. That's how I do it. I've learned a method that when you spread them out, how much it'll cover and how deep it'll be once you finish. And there's a tree there. That's a cherry tree, a Bing, I believe, a small Bing. It's got 2 piles next to it, and this rose bush it's going to benefit because it's got the pile next to it. I don't really care about what the rose does, but still, a rose is a rose, so I take care of it. There's the war machine sitting up here. It's the last load I'm going to do the day. Let me show you what I've gotten done. I've extended the garden down to this point here, and here I'm going to neaten it up and also check the depth and see if I have at least 6 inches. And that's this area here. Now over here, this I call it my walkway. I'm going to check and make sure it's deep enough, because I don't think it is, but I added some here. This has always been a troublesome spot here. It's really hard clay here. And then up in this area, as you can see, I'm really getting against that wall. See? You're really getting against the wall. All this is covered. And I'm going to check the depth here again. Make sure it's at least about 6 inches. And it's a really good job I did here, I think. Over here behind the war machine, I got all that. All of that. And then the main garden here has been extended by 3 feet on each side. So 6 feet altogether as far as its width. And then over here, in this part here, that from here to here, and basically this is all going to be covered with chips as well. It was done with leaves last year. This year it's going to be done with wood chips. And you know, as I said earlier, it's not very deep, so I'll be able to grow some items here. And then we have mushrooms everywhere here. That's telling me that everything is going according to plan. Everything is going to plan. It's a lot of hard work. I've been out here since I think about I want to say 12:30. I don't know what time it is now. Only thing I know is it's getting a little dark. And for those of you who want to try this, this is me after a few minutes of the job being done for the day. It is hard work, and it's very rewarding.